Hey there, my friend. Let me ask you something. Are you tired of learning English through long grammar books and boring vocabulary drills? Have you ever thought, what if learning English could actually be fun? What if you could improve your listening, pronunciation, and vocabulary just by listening to the music you already love? Yes, I mean real music. The songs you sing in the shower, the ones you dance to when nobody's watching, the ones that give you goosebumps. Here's the truth. Music is one of the most powerful tools for learning a language, and today, I'm going to show you why. You don't need to sit in a classroom or take expensive lessons to improve your English. You already have what you need: your ears, your heart, and your favorite playlist. Music has rhythm, it has emotion, it has real natural English, the way people actually speak. When you listen to music in English, you hear how native speakers pronounce words. You hear the stress, the flow, the melody of the language, and most importantly, you feel it. Language isn't just something you study, it's something you live, and music lets you live it. Let me tell you a quick story. A friend of mine from Brazil, her name is Anna, wanted to improve her English but didn't have a lot of free time. She had a full-time job, a family to care for, and barely 10 minutes a day to herself. So instead of giving up, she started listening to English songs during her commute. At first she just enjoyed the beat. Then she started picking out words she recognized. She wrote them down. She searched for lyrics online. She sang along. One song became two became 10. Soon, Anna was speaking English with more confidence than ever before. And the best part? She was enjoying the process. Learning didn't feel like work anymore. It felt like freedom. You can do the same, even if you only have 5 or 10 minutes a day, even if you think your English isn't good enough yet, even if you've never sung a song in English before. In fact, let's try something together, right now. Think of your favorite English song. Got it? Now ask yourself, what words do I know from that song? What lines do I always sing, even if I'm not sure what they mean? That's your starting point. That one song can open the door to 100 new words, to better pronunciation, to stronger listening skills, to more confidence when speaking. Because music sticks. It stays in your memory, and it trains your brain without you even realizing it. When you sing along, you practice speaking. When you listen closely, you practice understanding. When you look up lyrics, you learn spelling and meaning. And when you do all of this with joy, you remember, you grow, you begin to feel the language, not just as grammar rules, but as something alive. This is just the beginning. In the next parts, we'll dive deeper into how to choose the best English songs for learning what to do when you don't understand the lyrics, how to build vocabulary and listening skills through music, and how to turn music into your daily English routine. But for now, I want to leave you with this thought. You don't need to wait until you're ready. You are ready, right now. Pick a song, listen, sing, learn. Let music be your teacher. Because when you combine joy with learning, you don't just become a better English speaker, you become someone who loves the journey. So go ahead, put on your favorite song, and let the learning begin. Let's keep going, my friend. Now that we've talked about how powerful music can be for learning English, you might be wondering, how do I actually use music to improve my English? Great question. Let's break it down. First, you need to choose the right songs. Now, I know we all have our favorites. But if your goal is to learn English, not every song will help. Some songs are really fast. Some use slang or poetic language that's hard to understand. Others have deep metaphors that even native speakers find confusing. So where do you begin? Start with songs that have clear vocals. That means the singer's words are easy to hear and not hidden behind loud instruments. Ballads, acoustic songs, or pop songs with simple lyrics are great choices. Look for artists like Ed Sheeran, Adele, Taylor Swift, or Bruno Mars. Their lyrics are often easy to understand and full of useful, everyday English. Even better, try songs you already enjoy. Why? Because if you like the song, you're more likely to listen to it again and again, and that's key to building fluency. Repetition is your secret weapon. Now here's a powerful tip. Use lyrics websites to read along while you listen. Sites like Genius or AZ Lyrics are full of English song lyrics. You can even find videos on YouTube that display lyrics in time with the music, like karaoke. As you listen, follow the lyrics with your eyes. Pay attention to how each word sounds. Notice how native speakers connect words together. That's called linking, and it's a huge part of natural English. Here's something else I recommend. Create a learning playlist. This is a special playlist with songs you want to use for English practice. It's not just for entertainment, it's for learning. Start small. Pick 3 to 5 songs. Listen to them every day for a week. Day 1, just enjoy the music. Day 2, read the lyrics while listening. Day 3, try singing along. Day 4, write down any new words. Day 5, look up the meaning of words you don't know. Day 6, try translating the main message of the song into your language. Day 7, listen again without looking at the lyrics and see what you understand. By the end of 1 week, you will know that song inside and out, and you'll have learned real English, the kind people use in everyday life. Let me tell you something really interesting. When we listen to music, our brains light up in ways that textbooks can't compete with. Science shows that music boosts memory, pronunciation, and even motivation. And here's the best part. You don't even realize you're learning because you're having fun. You're smiling, you're tapping your foot, you're humming the melody, and without even trying, you're remembering English words. Let's look at a real example. Take the song Perfect by Ed Sheeran. It has simple sentences, emotional language, and everyday vocabulary. You'll hear phrases like, I found a love for me. We were just kids when we fell in love. I whispered underneath my breath. These are not phrases from a textbook. These are phrases people use to express real feelings. Now imagine you learn that song. You sing it. You understand it. You feel it. Next time someone talks about love, you already have words, ideas, and emotions in English to talk about it too. That's the magic of music. You're not just learning a language, you're building a connection to culture, to feelings, to people. Now I know what you might be thinking. What if I don't understand all the words? That's okay. In fact, that's normal. Even native speakers don't always understand every single word in a song. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. If you understand just one new word today, that's progress. If you can sing along to just one verse, that's progress. If you can feel more confident listening to English, that's progress. And guess what? Progress builds momentum. The more you learn, the more motivated you feel. The more motivated you feel, the more you want to learn. It becomes a beautiful cycle, so let's keep the rhythm going. In the next part, we'll talk about how to train your pronunciation using music, how to speak more naturally by mimicking singers, and how to practice shadowing, a powerful listening technique used by language learners all over the world. But for now, put on your headphones, choose a song, and let your next English lesson begin with a beat. You're doing great. Keep listening, keep singing, and most of all, keep going. Now let's talk about something powerful, repetition. You've probably heard a song on the radio, and without even trying, you remember the lyrics. Why does this happen? Because music repeats, and your brain loves repetition. When you listen to the same song over and over, you're not just enjoying the melody, you're reinforcing the language. You're practicing listening without stress. You're absorbing phrases, intonation, and sentence structure without even opening a textbook. That's the magic of learning English with music. And here's something interesting. When your brain hears language in a rhythm, it processes it differently. It connects with it emotionally. It remembers it longer. That's why it's easier to remember the lyrics of a song you love than the sentence from a grammar book you read once. So how do you make this repetition work for your English practice? Start with one song, just one. Pick a song that you like and stick with it for a week. Listen to it every day, at home, in the car, while you exercise, while you cook. Let the words play in your ears. Sing along even if you don't know all the words yet. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is exposure. The more you hear the same words, the more natural they become. Soon you'll hear those same words in conversations, in movies, in podcasts, and you'll recognize them instantly because your brain has already heard them 100 times in that one song. Let me share a tip with you that worked really well for me. I created a playlist called Learning English Through Music. It had about 10 songs I liked. Each day I'd pick one song and focus on it. I'd listen first. Then I'd read the lyrics while listening again. Then I'd sing along, slowly, even if I wasn't confident. And here's the amazing part. After just 2 or 3 weeks, I found myself thinking in English phrases from those songs. They just popped into my head, and suddenly I wasn't just learning English, I was feeling it. Because music teaches more than words. It teaches feeling, it teaches rhythm. It teaches how to pause, how to stress the right word, and how to let your voice flow naturally. These are things no textbook can teach you, but music can. So if you've been struggling with pronunciation or sentence stress, don't panic. Don't try to memorize rules. Just let the music guide you. Let's take it a step further now. If you want to supercharge your learning, don't just listen to the song. Break it down. Grab the lyrics. Circle new words. Look up their meanings. Write them in your journal. Use them in your own sentences. Now that word isn't just a definition. It has a beat, a mood, a context. And your brain will never forget it. That's how you build deep vocabulary, not just words you recognize, but words you can actually use. Let me ask you this. Have you ever tried to memorize a list of words, but forgot them the next day? You're not alone. The brain doesn't remember lists easily. It remembers stories, emotions, and music. That's why songs are so effective. Each song is like a mini story, with a beginning, a middle, and an emotion behind it. And when that emotion connects with you, you remember. Even better, When you feel the song, you start to feel the language. You don't just know the word lonely, you feel it when Adele sings it. You don't just understand happy, you smile when Farrell says it. This connection is deep, and it's real, and it's what turns passive English learners into confident speakers. So don't underestimate the power of one song. Let it be your teacher. Let it be your classroom. Let it be your daily 5-minute English lesson. Just press play. Now we'll explore how music helps you understand native speakers, even when they talk fast. But for now, take a moment. Pick one song you love. Listen to it again today. This time, really listen. Your English journey just got more musical, and it's only getting better from here. Let's take a moment to talk about something many learners struggle with: native speakers speaking fast. Have you ever listened to an English song or a conversation and thought, wait, what did they just say? You rewind, you play it again, still too fast. It feels like they're not even speaking words, just sounds mashed together. That's not your fault, that's natural, and it happens because English has something called connected speech. Words don't always sound like they do in the dictionary. They blend, they link, they drop letters. Instead of saying, "I'm going to let her know," a native speaker might say, "I'm gonna let her know." And guess what? You'll hear these patterns all the time in music, because singers don't sing like textbooks read. They flow, they shorten, they play with rhythm and stress. And when you listen to music, you train your brain to hear English the way it's really spoken. You stop expecting every word to sound clear and separate. Instead, you begin to catch the flow, to understand the sound of natural English. So don't be discouraged when you can't catch every word right away. It's okay. That's where music becomes your training tool. Here's a trick that worked for me. I would take one English song and listen to just one line, maybe 5 or 6 seconds long. Then I'd pause, I'd write what I heard, no looking at the lyrics yet, just guess. Then I'd check the real lyrics. Most of the time, I was wrong, but slowly, I got better. This activity helped me train my ear. It taught me to listen for rhythm, for sound chunks, and I started recognizing connected speech in songs and in real conversations. You can do the same. You don't need a teacher for this. Just a song, a notebook, and a little patience. Now let's talk about something else. Emotion. Music is full of feeling, and feeling helps memory. Have you ever had a song take you back to a moment in your life? Maybe it reminds you of school, or a trip, or someone you love. That's because music doesn't just reach your ears, it reaches your heart. When you attach emotions to your English learning, you remember more. That's why I always tell learners, don't just listen to songs you think you should learn. Listen to songs that move you, songs that make you feel something, sad songs, joyful songs, songs that make you dance or cry or dream. Because when you feel connected, your brain holds onto the language longer. Let me give you another practical idea. Sing the song out loud, even if your voice isn't perfect, even if your pronunciation isn't perfect. Why? Because singing improves your intonation, your natural rise and fall of speaking. It helps your mouth get used to new sounds, it builds muscle memory, it boosts confidence, and when you sing the lyrics, you're practicing fluency in the most fun, powerful way. You don't need to perform in front of people. Just do it in your room, while you're cooking, in the shower, on your walk. Let the lyrics come out of your mouth. You'll be amazed at how this simple act improves your speaking skills. It's not magic. It's practice disguised as fun. And here's the best part. When you sing, you're not just repeating words, you're expressing yourself. You're speaking with rhythm, with feeling, with flow. That's what great English speakers do. They don't just use grammar, they use voice, and music helps you develop that voice naturally. So don't be afraid to sing. Start with slow songs if that feels easier. Ballads, acoustic songs, then move to faster ones later. And remember, this isn't about being perfect. It's about being present, being engaged, being joyful in your learning, because when you enjoy the process, you learn better every single time. In the next part, we'll go even deeper. We'll explore how to create your own learning system using music, so you never feel stuck again. We'll cover tools, apps, playlists, and routines. But for now, just choose one song, one artist, one lyric, and let it become part of your English story. Because every great journey begins with one small step. And today, that step is music. Let's dive even deeper. Now that we've talked about listening, singing, and using music emotionally, let's talk about something powerful. Building your own English learning system using music. Because here's the truth. It's not just about listening to songs. It's about how you listen, how you turn music into a tool, how you make learning automatic, enjoyable, and part of your daily routine. Let's start with something simple. Create your own English music playlist. Not just any playlist, one that's made for learning. Choose songs that are clear and easy to understand, slower in tempo, especially at the beginning, rich in storytelling and real-life vocabulary. Songs you actually enjoy. Songs that stick in your mind. Think of artists like Ed Sheeran, Adele, John Mayer, Norah Jones, Coldplay. These artists often use everyday language in their songs. They speak clearly, and their lyrics have meaning. Of course, choose music you love. But if you're just starting out, try music that's easy to follow. That way, your brain doesn't feel overwhelmed. Now, here's your next step. Build a daily listening habit. Even just 10 minutes a day can change everything. Here's what that might look like. Headphones, wake up and play one English song while brushing your teeth. On your way to work or school, listen to your playlist. At night, review one song's lyrics before bed. You don't need to understand every word. You don't need to sing it out loud. Just immerse yourself. Let the sounds become familiar. Let English become the background music of your life. Because when you hear English every day, your brain starts to work in English without even trying. Let me show you an example routine I used when I was learning. Monday. Choose a new English song. Listen to it once without lyrics. Write what I heard. Then check the actual lyrics. Tuesday, listen again, now reading along. Try to sing along slowly. Say some of the lyrics like a conversation, not singing, just speaking. Wednesday, focus on pronunciation. Play one line, pause, repeat. Mimic the accent and emotion. Thursday to Saturday. Repeat the song multiple times. Try to understand more of it. Make it feel familiar. Sunday. Sing it freely. Reflect on new vocabulary. Write a sentence using some new words from the lyrics. This became my system, and it helped me stay consistent even when I felt tired or distracted, because learning English through music doesn't feel like work. It feels like life. It feels like joy. Now let's talk about a big question. What if I can't understand the lyrics, even after reading them? Don't worry. You are not alone. Sometimes songs use slang, or poetic language, or cultural references that don't make sense right away. Here's what you can do. 1. Search for meaning. Look up song explanations online. Websites like genius.com often break down each line and explain the hidden meanings. 2. Ask AI. You can use tools like ChatGPT. Just copy a confusing lyric and ask, "What does this line mean in simple English?" 3. Translate if needed. It's okay to use your native language at first. Understanding the story of the song helps you connect, but remember this. Even if you don't understand every word, your brain is still absorbing the sounds, the rhythm, and the emotion. That's valuable. That's learning. Here's another idea. Use music apps designed for language learners. There are many great apps now, like Lyrics Training, where you fill in the missing words while listening. LingQ, which lets you learn from real English content, including songs. Fluent U, which turns music videos into interactive lessons. Even YouTube, where many lyric videos are subtitled for learning. Try them. Explore. Find the one that fits your learning style. And here's something fun you might not have tried yet. Create your own lyric video. It sounds complicated, but it's simple. Take a favorite song. Write out the lyrics. Match each line with its translation or explanation. Record your voice reading the lines. Put it all together using a basic video editor. Now you have a personalized English lesson made by you, and trust me, when you create something using English, you remember it so much better than when you just watch or listen. You become the teacher, and when you teach yourself, you grow fast. Let's talk about one last thing today. Confidence. Yes, music helps your listening. Yes, it teaches you vocabulary. Yes, it trains your pronunciation. But most importantly, music builds your confidence. Why? Because it connects learning with feeling. When you sing along to your favorite song, when you understand a lyric you once couldn't, when you catch a phrase in a movie that you first heard in a song, you feel proud, you feel strong, you feel like, hey, I'm really doing this. And that feeling? That's what keeps you going. That's what builds long-term success. So whatever you do, keep the music playing, because inside every song, there's a lesson waiting to be learned. And inside you, there's a fluent speaker waiting to be heard. Let's keep going. We've talked about the power of playlists, the power of habits, and the power of confidence. But here's something most learners never think about: your learning environment. That's right, where you listen to music, how you listen, and what you feel while listening. It all matters. Let me explain. Imagine two learners. One listens to English music only when studying, sitting at a desk, reading lyrics, looking up words. The other plays English music while cooking, cleaning, walking outside, or even relaxing before sleep. Who do you think gets more exposure? Who connects English to more parts of their life? It's the second learner. Because they're not just studying English, they're living with English. They're letting the language surround them, and that's the key. If you want to grow faster, make English music part of your real world. Let's try this simple exercise. Take out a notebook, your English music journal. Now ask yourself, when do I feel most relaxed? What parts of my day feel boring or quiet? Where can I fit music naturally? Maybe it's during your morning walk, maybe while taking a shower, maybe while doing laundry, or during a break at work or school. Pick those moments. Then choose one English song to play during each of them. Soon, those moments will become little learning islands throughout your day. Here's a story for you. I knew a learner named Arjun from India. He loved music, especially soft rock and acoustic songs, but he only listened to English songs once a week during his study time. One day, I asked him to change just one thing. I said, "Arjun, the next time you're doing something simple, like washing dishes or taking the bus, try playing an English song in the background. Don't study it, just live with it." He said, "Okay, I'll try." 2 weeks later, he told me something amazing. He said, "You won't believe it. I started hearing words I never noticed before, and I'm starting to think in English even when I'm not trying." That's the magic. Not every lesson has to be formal. Sometimes, the best learning happens when your brain is relaxed. So here's what you can try. Pick one daily task, like walking your dog or cooking dinner. Choose a specific English song for that task. Play that same song every time you do it for 1 week. Notice how the words, rhythm, and melody become familiar. By the end of the week, you'll feel like that song lives in your bones. And that's exactly what we want. Because when English feels natural, you speak it more naturally. Now let's go one step deeper. Music and emotion. Think about it. How do you feel when you listen to your favorite song? Happy, energized, nostalgic, peaceful? That emotional connection helps your brain remember better. Here's how to use this. When you're studying or reviewing lyrics, ask yourself, how does this song make me feel? Then, write down a few words in English that describe your feelings. Try acting out the emotion of the song. Speak a few lines of the lyrics as if you're in a movie scene. This isn't just fun, it's powerful. You're training your brain to connect words with emotions. That's how real communication works. When you speak to someone in English, it's not just words, it's feeling, it's tone, it's connection, and music helps you build that skill, naturally. Let's try this now. Play a song you love in English. Close your eyes. As you listen, notice how it makes you feel. Then write this in your notebook. This song makes me feel undernanan because rian indi. Even one sentence is enough. This simple habit helps you practice writing, connect thoughts and emotions, get ready for real conversations. And here's the best part. The next time you feel nervous speaking English, you'll remember the confidence and calm that music gave you. That's your superpower. Now let's talk about something advanced, but exciting. Making your own English music diary. Here's how it works. Buy a simple notebook. Choose one English song every week. Write the title, artist, and link. Then break the song into new vocabulary, phrases you love, pronunciation challenges, emotional meaning. Add your notes, sketches, or even quotes from the song. You can even rate how much you liked it. Loved it. Pretty good. Not for me. Over time, your diary becomes a map of your learning, a timeline of your progress, and one day, when you flip back through those pages, you'll see just how far you've come, from your first song, to your first full conversation, to your first confident expression of how you feel in English. So, as we wrap up this part, let's remind ourselves, music is more than entertainment, it's education. Music is more than sound, it's memory. Music is more than lyrics, it's emotion. And most importantly, music can be your teacher. Every song is a lesson, every verse is a voice, every rhythm is a reminder that learning can be joyful. So play your favorite track. Feel the beat in your soul, and let English flow like music in your life. Because with every note, you are becoming more fluent. Let me share another reason why music is such a powerful tool for learning English. It's emotional. Yes, music moves us. It touches our hearts, makes us smile, brings back memories, and even gives us goosebumps. And when emotions are involved, your brain remembers better. Think about a song that made you cry, or one that always makes you dance. You don't just remember the words, you feel them. And this emotional connection helps your brain hold on to the language more deeply. So when you're learning English through music, you're not just memorizing words. You're connecting those words to feelings. You're building real, living memory. That's the kind of memory that sticks with you, not just for a test, but for life. Have you ever listened to a song in English and suddenly one line makes total sense? It's like your brain says, "Oh, I know what that means." That moment of understanding, that aha moment, is golden. It motivates you to keep going. It shows you that you're improving. And over time, you'll notice something amazing. You'll understand more songs, you'll sing along with more confidence, and you'll start recognizing grammar patterns and vocabulary automatically, without even trying. Let me give you a quick listening tip. Don't just listen once. Repeat. Listen to the same song every day for a few days. Each time, focus on something different. First, just enjoy it. Next, focus on the words. Then try to sing along. And finally, write down your favorite line. Think about what it means. Use it in a sentence of your own. That one line can teach you so much, not just vocabulary, but emotion, rhythm, and real-world usage. And guess what? You don't need to understand the whole song to learn from it. Even just a chorus or one verse is enough. Let the music teach you slowly, naturally. You're not racing anyone. You're building something real, step by step, line by line, lyric by lyric. And that's how fluency grows, not with pressure, but with joy. Now, I want to invite you to try something today. Pick one English song you love, just one. Listen to it 3 times. The first time, just enjoy it. The second time, listen for the lyrics. And the third time, sing along, even if it's not perfect, even if you miss a few words, even if your voice cracks. Sing with confidence. Why? Because when you sing, you train your brain, your mouth, your ears, all at once. That's real language practice, and it's fun. It doesn't feel like study. It feels like life. So remember, music is more than entertainment. It's a doorway, a bridge, a powerful, emotional, unforgettable way to learn English. Keep listening, keep singing, and keep believing in yourself. You're doing amazing. Let's keep going. Your journey isn't over yet. So now we've explored the rhythm, the lyrics, the repetition, and the real-world listening skills that English music gives you. Let's take a moment to zoom out and see the big picture. Think about everything we've talked about, how songs stick in your mind, how you feel the words, not just hear them, how you learn through rhythm, emotion, and connection. This is real listening practice. And it's fun. That's the magic of learning English through music. But here's the truth. No one becomes fluent by just listening alone. It's what you do with what you hear that makes the difference. When you hear a new word in a song, do you look it up? When you love a lyric, do you try to repeat it, sing it, or say it out loud? When a song inspires you, do you write about it in English? Those small actions, That's where the real learning happens. Music becomes a teacher when you become an active listener. So here's your simple challenge. Today, choose one English song you love. Just one. Listen to it carefully. Write down a few new words or phrases. Sing along. Feel the rhythm. Repeat your favorite line. Then tomorrow, do it again with a new song. It takes just a few minutes. But over time, it builds something powerful. Your ear gets sharper. Your pronunciation becomes clearer. And best of all, you start to enjoy learning English. Because when learning is joyful, it lasts. So wherever you are in your journey, beginner, intermediate, or advanced, music is your companion. It's your practice partner. It's your fun, easy-access English teacher that never takes a day off. You don't need a classroom, you don't need a textbook. All you need is a little curiosity and your favorite tune. Keep listening, keep singing, keep exploring English with music. And remember, fluency doesn't happen all at once. It grows one lyric at a time, one song at a time, one moment at a time. And if you've made it this far, you're already doing amazing. If you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend who's learning English too. We've got more listening practice, speaking tips, and inspiring lessons coming your way. Until next time, stay curious, stay confident, and keep learning.